Yo, what is good, everyone? This is exactly how I won $620 on the nose this morning trading the Nasdaq. I think everybody and their mom either took this trade and went break even or hit TP. And I'm going to explain exactly why this shit was so A plus. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I'll go into replay. 929. We'll go on NQ. Okay, so coming into the day, we are clearly in some sort of market maker sell model. Okay, so this is our considered our original consolidation, even though it's not really consolidation. We then get into a buy model, hit this level, and then flip down. So obviously, just looking at the chart here, this is a perfect dome. This is the main draw on liquidity here, this sell side liquidity. Okay, so coming into the morning, I'm looking over here, I'm like, damn, okay, so on the higher time frame, we have this generated liquidity here, delivering from these hourly fair value gaps. Do I really want to see price come all the way back up to this higher time frame, level? No, I don't. Look at how we're acting. We're making swing highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And in this case, I see that we have a 1 hour bearish fair value gap right here, okay, that we've already traded into, but we haven't swept this 1 hour intermediate term high. Meaning that if we do sweep this level, we can assume that that high is now protected and will take us to the end of the market maker sell model and completing it as a whole. So right before market open, you can see on the 15-minute time frame and the 5-minute time frame, we have pretty good relative equal highs slash generated liquidity right here. Okay, this is pretty much, this is exactly what you want to see leading up to a 1 hour intermediate term high. And like I said, all I want to see is for us to sweep this level, generate a little bit of liquidity up here, and then actually get our move lower. That's all I wanted to see. Super, super bearish today, like everybody was. So right at market open, we open higher. Okay, we open higher, and if you look on the lower time frame, we got some sort of stop hunt. Okay, right after hitting the 1 hour intermediate term high, we get a 1 minute inversion here. Okay, this is a pattern trade, simply. Okay, the reason it is a pattern trade is because if you look at 934, my mouse is bugging. I don't know why. Jesus. If you look at 934 on ES, we are simply just accumulating right here. Okay, we are accumulating. There's nothing even going on. What you want to see is for us to actually tap into this level here that we haven't yet. So if I go to select bar, the 15-minute fair value gap that I have marked out, and right when we get that 1 minute inversion is right here. Okay, so ES has no reason to distribute right now, meaning that 1 minute inversion on NQ, even though we tapped into a higher time frame gap and swept the low, deeming that protected, this asset does not have a reason to distribute. So what I want to see is I want to see NQ actually get some manipulation into a higher time frame PDA, and that is exactly what we ended up getting to then getting our actual move lower. So if you look on NQ, right now we get that 1 minute inversion, which is a pattern trade. Okay, then we get a remanipulation and a stop hunt with this stop hunt with this 1 minute IFVG, getting more manipulation, generating more liquidity at this level, then getting this really, really strong 2 minute IFVG close. Okay, so honestly, I was thinking about just entering right off the 1 minute and disregarding the 2 minute IFVG, but at this point, this was kind of the deal breaker for a lot of people, I think, and it's the fact that we have this 5 minute bullish for value gap, 5 minute unsponsored bullish for value gap below. Okay, typically in a scenario you would want, like, this is something that threatens your stop loss. Okay, this 5 minute bullish, you know what I mean? We traded into it after the candle closure. It's just it deems it invalid technically most of the time. But in this case, if you look at the bigger picture here, we're in a market maker sell model, meaning this is the true draw on liquidity no matter what. If you're truly bearish, which I was. Okay, in this case, we make this high protected. We get true manipulation on both assets, understanding that this is the clear draw on liquidity lower. This 5 minute unsponsored bullish for value gap does not threaten your stop loss. And if it does, that deems that your trade idea is now invalid, which is normal, okay? So let's say we manipulate into this 5 minute and then take this sponsored or take this protected high, what is going to happen after that? Do you think it's going to go down? No. If we take this protected high off of this 5-minute unsponsored bullish gap, we are going to come back down, maybe a slight retrace, and then we're going to start taking draws and liquidity higher. We are going to disregard this sell side liquidity because then that fails that trade idea, showing me that we are no longer bearish. We don't want to hit this level. If this 5-minute unsponsored bullish beats our protected high. So in this case, I knew that, yeah, okay, this 5-minute will definitely get a little reaction. We might get a little retrace into some drawdown and then actually going down to our level if we're truly bearish. And that is exactly what happened. So I didn't actually enter off of the 2-minute. I don't know why, but I was kind of waiting for a CISD on the 1-minute, which was right here. But at this point, I was still kind of second guessing about this 5-minute. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, this 5-minute means absolutely nothing. And not that I was feeling FOMO or like missing the setup or like in any way, shape, or form, but I literally called this out perfectly, and it was happening before my eyes. So I knew we were going to get a reaction out of the 5-minute. So what I did was I set a limit order at this CISD or fucking order block or whatever you want to call it, right here. And then as soon as not here actually, I did it after this candle. And then I think I got filled right at 9:45. I got filled right here. Okay, so we are a little bit deeper into the 5-minute. I think we hit CE of the range. In this case, I don't give a fuck about this 5-minute. Okay, I understand that. Okay, if it does take, this protected high, like I said, we're no longer bearish. But this level, I just had so much conviction in it, and it was super, super obvious. I just wanted to get it. So I entered my position short here. Stop loss at the swing high. Take profit at just this sell side liquidity. Targeting about 150 points, give or take. And, as you... 1 second. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about my break-even point. Okay, so I did end up going break-even at this level. Okay, the reason I'm going break-even at this level is because I expect... Here, let me just show you. This trade obviously does play out full TP. So the reason I go break-even at this level, and you might be wondering, well, if that 5-minute's nothing, why are you even going break even? Because if we do revisit this level and show any type of reaction upwards, that means that this 5-minute for some reason is stronger than our distribution, meaning that we are probably going to remanipulate to then not get the move. We are just going to continue going higher. So if we do give a reaction off of this level, I'll put my stop loss at break even, because if we do hit break even, we're going to hit stop loss no matter what. So in this case, I expected it to flush right through, and that is exactly what happened. Okay, so this may be, a little bit confusing. I don't know where are my executions? I don't know why my executions aren't there. But anyways, that was the exact setup. I'm just calling it that I took the 2-minute IFVG because it's literally the same fill, and that's what I wanted to take. But at the end of the day, same risk to reward, same fill. I got my piece of the pie. You need to really understand what is a good break even and what is a bad one, because a lot of people that went break even off of this 1-minute, they're targeting sell side liquidity. They went break even at the 5. They got fucked. Okay, but you have to understand what a good break even is. Okay, so does this really threaten my stop loss? That's what you have to ask yourself. Is this 5-minute really going to stop this distribution from this protected high? No, it's not. And if it does, then that means, okay, then my trade idea was wrong. And then you journal it and you understand. It's like, okay, I was on the wrong side of probability today. And da-da-da-da-da. It's not your fault. This is an A+ setup. If this were to fail, that doesn't make me feel any worse. It actually just teaches me something. Okay, this time it didn't work. I'll journal it. I'll learn from it. Maybe I'll change and have better conviction for the next time. But as you can see, we do take this level, and I got off the charts like right when my TP hit. I didn't want to even watch it because I didn't really care for it anymore. And as you can see, right after we take that level, we just kind of start accumulating. And honestly, now since we're inside of the weekly bearish for value or bullish for value gap, we're probably just going to kind of flip and take all of this higher time frame generated liquidity now and you could honestly say that we are now flipping into a market maker buy model because it's a perfect look. You know what I mean? So I can expect price, maybe not exactly going up how, how this dome is, but we can expect price to be targeting this level overall now for the next week. So right on. So that is exactly how I hit for 156 points today. Super good trade, super A plus. Understanding how to go break even is the most important part right now. Well, obviously there's other way more important parts of your trading, but like you're missing out on great wins, and you're deeming your trade idea failed because of a poor break even decision. So hopefully you learned something from this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Give me a little fucking comment. Join the free Discord. I've been doing live trading in there with the boys. The vibes are up. The Discord is going to be blowing up here soon, so I suggest you get in there before it's not too niche. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Take care.